What's up, everybody? Cruise Collections back again with another video for you. Today, Volume 2, WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition action figures. Now to start it off, we've got the Hart Foundation, one of the greatest, arguably the greatest tag team in WWE history. Now, that's an argument for you all to make. I can't really say whether it's true or not. Might not be my favorite. I mean, everybody loves LOD, right? But either way, classic tag team right here. Hands down the best Jim the Anvil Neidhart figure that they ever made. Nailed it. Me, I had to put this pose on because when I think of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I think of him always doing that crazy laugh and stroking that beard. And Bret Hart always just looking like a young, cool Bret Hart was back in the day. Believe these came with both belts. I'm not real familiar with the older looking belts. I don't remember them really having those belts. I do remember the classic world tag team titles that we're all used to seeing being on them. So they were definitely going to have those on. And these are just kind of just the added factor. So great set of figures right here. Mattel Creations, LJN line recreation, so to say. Glad to have these in my collection. If you don't have them, you're missing out on two really awesome figures. Next up, we got the total package Lex Luger from his late WCW era, probably 96, 97, right before he joined the Wolfpack. To me, I think this is the best version of Lex Luger. So it's got to be the best version of Lex Luger action figure form that we've ever seen. The fact it's Ultimate Edition just makes it that much better. This guy's super posable. Personally, I like him in this pose the most because that's what I think about when I think of Lex Luger. Him hitting that front flex, that most muscular. Every now and then throwing up a double bicep, but too many guys are in that pose already. This is prime Lex Luger pose. So yeah, if you don't have this one, it was the Walmart exclusive. You missed out. You might still be able to find them in stores though if you're lucky. So go on and run to Walmart and dig around if you don't already have them. And next up, we got the great Muda. Personally, I thought the Elite figure looked a little bit better. I liked the NWO version better, and I liked the classic old school great Muda figure that was in Elite form. I just thought it had a lot more going for it. I wish they had made that into the Ultimate Edition, but I understand they got costs that they got to meet. You know, they can't go over the budget, so whatever. Either way, I think I got this one on sale. I think I paid like 25 bucks for it on sale when it was on Amazon, or maybe it was Ringside. I think it was Ringside during their holidays or Black Friday or something. Either way, it's an awesome figure. I never really was the biggest Muda fan, but I love any kind of old school wrestling figures, and Muda is a legend. I mean, no one's going to argue that, and I collect Ultimate Editions, so there was no way that I was going to pass on this one. I think it's really cool. They gave him that piece that blowing out the mist. Looks really cool, nice effect. I love it when they add these little details and these little accessories that really make a figure pop and make it stand out from all the other ones. And Mattel knocked it out of the park with this one. Can't complain. Great Muda Ultimate Edition. Next up, we got the man that loves his mama more than anyone, and I pity the fool that don't love their mama as much as Mr. T loves his mama. This is from the era when he was rolling with Hulk Hogan, I think when he was training and banging and clanging in the gym with Hogan, working on his training for his match with old Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton, and which ended up leading to a boxing match down the road with Roddy Piper, where Roddy Piper, I think he beat the hell out of him. So Mr. T wasn't as bad as he really thought he was, but who is very bad when they're stepping in the ring with the hot rod, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. Not my favorite, nothing special about it. Not my favorite attire. Hat's kind of silly, but hey, he wore a silly hat, so they're gonna include the silly looking hat. But yeah, all in all, good figure, worth what I paid for it. 25, 30 bucks, can't go wrong. Mr. T Ultimate Edition. And next up, we've got the Animal Batista. This is awesome figure. I think they ended up releasing the same figure in a different color. I want to say it was blue instead of red. I liked it. Kind of might have liked it a little bit more, but for the price point and for the fact that I pretty much already had the same exact figure, just in a red attire, I couldn't justify dishing out that money. And more importantly than the money, the space. I need space. I got enough stuff as it is already. So one Ultimate Edition Batista is enough for me, unless they want to bring on one where he had his, shorter hair or something. Or how about a Leviathan? I'd probably buy a Leviathan. Anybody else have the interest of a Leviathan figure? I know I'd buy one. I'd buy a prototype right there next to him. But until then, this is what we got. Ultimate Edition Batista. And next up, we got the Maniac himself, the Ultimate Warrior, the guy that just was always full send, 100% every time he came in. He gave it everything he had, gave it everything that he had, more so than anyone else. Only problem with that was you only got about 5 to 10 minutes of everything he had, because he was blown up before the match could even come to an end. This figure is awesome. It's based off of the whole Papa Shango feud. You see him holding his hands out. He actually comes with a head where he's got the stuff spewing from his face. I don't think this is the one. I liked the regular head better because it just looks cooler. But when he had the goo coming from his head, Papa Shango put that curse on him. You don't mess with Papa Shango, because if you do, you're going to catch that voodoo spell. And that's exactly what the Warrior caught. I think this figure is awesome. I really love the jacket. You see the back of it. It's got his image on it, just like he would wear those long duster jackets. This was before the long duster jackets era though, and he was just rocking this WWE jacket. I remember seeing these in the WWE magazines in the little shop zone section back in the day. I always used to look at them and wish that I could afford one, or wish that my mom would buy me one, but I was lucky to get an Ultimate Warrior action figure, if anything. Altogether, it's an awesome Ultimate Warrior figure. You can't go wrong with it. Pick it up if you didn't get it already. And to follow it up, we got the Immortal Hulk Hogan. This is definitely an awesome figure, but what Hulk Hogan action figure isn't? I think I might have displayed one that was really similar to this. Might have been the same one. I just swapped the head, took the shirt off, whatever. But now you see the full version of it. This is the one that's meant to go with the Mr. T action figure. They were kind of a team at that point. So not a whole lot to be said about this figure. You get the old classic, real old looking WWE, maybe WWF championship at the time that comes with them. All in all, it's an awesome figure. Can't go wrong because it's Hulk Hogan in its Ultimate Edition. Next up, he's got his hair slicked back, but he forgot his pink Pontiac or Cadillac or whatever it is that he drives. It's the Honky Tonk Man, holding the guitar but never playing it. But he'll do that shimmy, that little, what is it, like shake, rattle, and roll, I think he called it. You see him, he's getting ready to do it right now. He's getting warmed up for it. This is an awesome figure. I bought all the Honky Tonk Mans, had all of the Elites, but I recently sold the one that had the red suit on just because I had enough of Honky Tonk Mans. I figured if I got the Ultimate Edition, that was enough for me. So still got a couple of the old Retro Fests. I got one mint on card, got another one in the shelf somewhere. I thought that was a really cool figure. But all in all, this is the best Honky Tonk Man figure you're going to find. Again, this was a Mattel Creations figure, so if you didn't get them while you had the chance, you're not going to now unless you go pick them up on that eBay aftermarket pricing. And you don't want to do that, so just let me have my rare figure and let me enjoy it. Honky Tonk Man, Ultimate Edition. And let's follow it up with another Ultimate Warrior. This is from his feud with the Macho Man. I believe it was WrestleMania 5, maybe. No, it wasn't even WrestleMania. It was SummerSlam. SummerSlam 92. If I had to guess, it was SummerSlam 92, and I think Bret Hart and the British Bulldog also fought at that pay-per-view. Maybe it was 91. I don't know. I'm old. I can't remember all these things. I'm doing good to remember the pay-per-view itself, let alone the year. Anyways, awesome figure. Wasn't a huge fan of the head scans that they had with this one. Thought they were a little wonky. I don't know what happened with the Ultimate Warrior head scans. They started off real strong, seemed like they made some really good ones in the first Elites and Legend figures, and then everything after that they tried, it just didn't look right, and it seems like they still haven't got it down yet. But all in all, this is definitely an upgrade from the Defining Moments figure, which I do have. I think he's right behind me, actually. All in all, I like the head on the Ultimate, or on the Legends figure, Defining Moments. Like the Defining Moments head sculpt better, but I don't need two figures with the same jacket in the same attire with the same head. I need at least an upgraded jacket with upgraded articulation and a different head scan, and they did a great job on this one. All in all, I can't complain. It's an Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition figure, so yeah, it's great. And again, to follow up the Warrior, we got another Hogan. This was, I believe, an Amazon exclusive network spotlight or something of that sort. I remember I got it on Amazon. I think I bought 2 of them at the time. May still have one that's mint on card. I don't know. I have to dig around a bit. Not really sure what happened to that other one. I know I bought 2 though. Anyways, this is an awesome Hogan. I prefer this one over the last one. I love the bandana. I love this era of Hulk Hogan too. This is right before he left and went to WCW. So I'm thinking probably around 93-ish, maybe. King of the Ring. I believe, yeah, this is King of the Ring era because I think he even came with a head that had the black eye like he had. But wait, that was at WrestleMania 9. See, I'm so old and I've watched so much wrestling, I can't even keep up with this stuff anymore. Either way, the Immortal Hulk Hogan Ultimate Edition, Amazon exclusive. There you go. All right, and to follow up Hogan, we got another Ultimate Warrior. It's like they're going back and forth. They're battling like it's WrestleMania 5 all over again. This is an awesome figure. This was based off of that pay-per-view. He's got the duster. He's got the long duster, and it's an awesome looking jacket. They did a great job on this. Again, same situation with the heads. Not really a big fan of them. Pretty sure they're the same heads, just with different hair sculpt and different paint apps on the face, you know, to match the pay-per-view. All in all, it's a great figure. They made him tan as hell in this one. I can't tell you that. Not my favorite Ultimate Warrior, but it is a great Ultimate Warrior, and it is Ultimate Edition. So if you don't have it, you're missing out. Next up, we got the son of a plumber, Dusty Rhodes. He knows all about hard times. He's wined and dined with kings and queens, and he's slept in alleys and ate nothing but pork and beans. But at this point, he was rolling with the sisters. Yeah, that's right. He had the big chick. What was her name? Sapphire. Hey, Sapphire. Where's Sapphire? I'm looking everywhere for Sapphire. Has anybody seen Sapphire? Let me tell you. This is a great figure. Dusty Rhodes. Who doesn't love Dusty Rhodes? And you see he's got the nightstick. He's got the hat. This is when he was feuding with the big boss man. So maybe he hadn't found Sapphire at this point yet. But he will in time. This is an awesome figure. They dropped the Elites. I had the Legend figure for a while. Ended up selling it because why would I need it any longer? I got the Ultimate Edition version. I did, however, keep the Elite version that has the inverted colors, the yellow shirt with the black polka dots. Not a huge fan of it. That one's got a stupid looking face. This is definitely the ultimate Dusty Rhodes figure, and why else would it not be? Because it is, in fact, the Ultimate Edition Dusty Rhodes, the American dream, if you will. And next we've got one of Dusty's biggest rivals. That's right, it's Terry Funk, and he'll tell you straight up, if you're a fan of Dusty Rhodes, he's gonna let you know real quick, Dusty sucks eggs. Yeah, I don't do a very good Terry Funk impression, but you get the gist. If you know Terry Funk, you know he's got that smooth, calm, soft voice. He sounds like your old grandpa or something. Kind of looks like your old grandpa too. This guy was 50 when I was 20. He was 50 when I was 30. Terry Funk doesn't age. The problem is he's kind of like Arn Anderson. He was always old. This guy, I don't know what it was with him, but it always seemed like he was an old man growing up. I was never the huge Terry Funk fan. Yeah, it's a little bit before my era, but I still recognize a legend when I see one. And Terry Funk could definitely cut a promo in his day, and he was hardcore as hell. Some might even say the most hardcore, the hardcore legend before Mick Foley, and even he would tell you that. So it's a great figure. Love the accessories. Had the Legends Elite version. Ended up selling that because, again, why do I need two figures of the same thing? I'll take the upgraded one. And actually, I got a good deal on this one. I passed when it was on Mattel Creations shop because I didn't want to buy that 2-pack, which was stupid because I think it came with the Hogan, which may be one of the only ones that I don't have. But I found him at a local toy shop in a bag. He didn't have all his heads, but he had all this, and he was only $15. Can you believe that? $15 for a Terry Funk Ultimate Edition. He's in my collection now, and he's probably not in yours. So be jealous, even though I don't have all the accessories. And next up, we got the Razor Ramon. Oozing machismo. Now, on the last video I did, I showed the variant version, which was in purple. This is the black and yellow version. And you know, I think I said the purple was my favorite version when I was watching, when I did that video. But now looking at this guy, I don't really know, man. That black and yellow, that's classic Razor Ramon. That's really what I think of when I think of the bad guy. One of the greatest ever. You gotta love those old Razor Ramon promos where he's in the restaurant and when the guy comes up and gives him the bill, he says, "What is this? You give me the bill? What do you think this is? You want me to clean the table too? Here, I'll clean the table for you." And he just clears the table. That's some good stuff, man. That's what we're missing today. Promos. Nobody could do these vignettes and promos like Razor Ramon. I'll put Razor Ramon over anybody today. Anybody. They could never hold a candle to the bad guy. In another tag team, we got another arguably greatest tag team of all time. And I would say ring-wise, it doesn't get much better than these two right here, the Steiner brothers. These guys were both beasts their entire career. And I'm going to tell you, Braun Breaker is a complete disgrace to the Steiner legacy. That guy sucks. And he'll never be any better. I can look at him and tell. I'm not impressed by anything by him. But this isn't about Braun Breaker. This is about the guys that Braun Breaker will never measure up to. And that'd be his father and his uncle, the Steiner brothers. One of the best tag teams to ever do it. Definitely the best Steiner brothers figures that we'll ever get. We were lucky to get these. I didn't think we'd ever get a Mattel form of these two guys. And we got Ultimate Edition. So let's all just thank Ringside Collectibles for that. Let's give them a good round of applause because they did it. They made our dreams happen. And we got Ultimate Edition Steiner Brothers. And next up, the man himself that put the curse on the Ultimate Warrior. The guy that used to scare the hell out of us when we were all kids. Papa Shango. This guy had a aura, had a vibe to him when he came out. It was scary shit. You just knew somebody was about to get hurt. This dude was wicked. He'd come to the ring, had his skull that was smoking. He'd sit that thing out, that little thing that he would do with the crowd, and he'd look at you and he's whatever he was doing. I don't know, but he was scary. I feel like if him and Kamala had been a team, that'd have been an awesome team. They would have been great. They could have kicked ass, would have been a great tag team. His career probably would have went a lot farther. And not that it didn't go far. I mean, we all know who he turned out to be. Ended up being the Godfather, the Good Father, Kamu Mustafa. But to me, this was the best gimmick that he ever had. I love the Papa Shango gimmick. It's just too bad that it was way ahead of its time because this is the original Boogeyman, you know? And even it seems like people don't appreciate these types of characters until they're gone because when the Boogeyman was around, nobody was really digging him. But now everybody talks about the Boogeyman like he was so great. When in fact, Papa Shango did it first. And this is an awesome figure. I love that we finally got an upgraded version from the previous Elites, which I had two of. I had the original Elite, and then I had the one that came in the set with the Ultimate Warrior. And it's just funny that they remade the entire set of him and the Ultimate Warrior in the Ultimate Edition set form. So I bought it. Of course I did. And this is awesome. I'm so glad that we got the little cape that goes with him. Couldn't be any happier with this figure. I'll never need another Papa Shango figure. Sold the other two. This is it. Ultimate Edition Papa Shango. And next up, we've got the Beast from the East. Bam Bigelow. The only thing we're missing now is an Ultimate Edition Luna Vachon to go with them. Think I might have a... No, they haven't even made a Luna, have they? Mattel, what is going on? At least give us an Ultimate or a Elite version of Luna Vachon to go with our Bam Bam. This is terrible. And I need one to go with Shawn Michaels too. You gave us the Sherry and that was close. And that's why I kind of got confused for a moment. But we need a Luna Vachon. Either way, let's get back to Bam Bigelow. This guy was a beast. One of my favorite all-time big men. When it comes to him and Vader, they're kind of like neck and neck for me. Bam Bam, this guy was athletic as hell for his size. When he hit the moonsault, loved it. It's kind of funny how Vader also did the moonsault. Didn't he? Yeah, Vader did the Vader. He did the Vader bomb. I don't know. This isn't about Vader. This is about Bam Bam Bigelow. This is an awesome figure. My favorite attire of Bam Bam. We've gotten a lot of them. We've gotten 2 or 3 elites. We got the legends that had the black and white ECW looking gear that he was wearing in WCW. This is definitely the best. Also came with a t-shirt, but I feel like I'm not going to put a t-shirt over Bam Bam Bigelow, especially the Ultimate Edition, because I don't want to hide this. And none of us remember Bam Bam Bigelow wearing a t-shirt, so I'll tell you what I did. Probably the same thing that a lot of you guys did too, is if you had an elite version that was in the same attire, you threw that t-shirt on him and stuck him in the cabinet somewhere and put this guy somewhere where he just could be displayed a little bit better. And that's how I did it. So there we have it, Bam Bam Bigelow Ultimate Edition. And next up, the Hulkster, Hulkamania. He wanted to make one more appearance today because he doesn't want us to forget about him. You know, he writes his own shit around here. You know, he kind of has creative control over this show. So if he says that he wants to be in it, I have to. I asked him if I could put him more in the beginning or if I could just do, you know, all of them at once instead of spreading them out. And he just told me flat out, that doesn't work for me, brother. So here we are again. We got another Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan. This is the upgraded figure from the original Defining Moments, which was the first Mattel Hulk Hogan that we got. Now remember, I bought like 10 of them because Kmart was going out of business and they were all on clearance. So I bought every single one of them and flipped them on eBay over the years. Took forever. I think I still got 2 or 3 more if anybody's interested, but you're probably not if you pick this up, because this figure just beats the hell out of that one all around. You got the cloth shirt, you got the upgraded tan, so he's got the hot dog skin tone, and now he can do all the hot dogging he wants because he's the right color. All in all, this is what most people think of when they think of Hulk Hogan, that mid-90s, probably 92, 93 era, when he was just bigger than ever. Hulkamania Ultimate Edition. Next up, the man from Cobb County, Georgia, the Big Boss Man. He'll make you walk that line. You'll be serving a hard time. This is definitely the best Boss Man figure that we got. Another one that I believe was a Mattel Creations. It was based off the LJN line. Personally, not my favorite head scans that came with this figure. I like the previous Elite that came out before this one better, which I did keep. And I sold the first Elite version that ever came out of the, you know, cop version of Big Boss Man. But I was going to keep this head on there because I've got the good head on the Elite. So it's whatever. This is the head that goes with it. There's 2 others. This was my favorite out of the 3. Altogether, pretty good figure. Love the articulation. Love the Big Boss Man. Couldn't really go wrong. And I definitely have enough space to have 2 Big Boss Mans in my collection. Next up, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This is definitely my favorite Ricky Steamboat figure. I've had pretty much every one that they released. I kept the Elite that was also like an Amazon exclusive or Network Spotlight or something. Can't really know. Fan Takeover, I think is what they called it. But where he had the white suit on. I had the Defining Moments figure, but I sold it probably about 2 weeks ago. I think I got like 75, 80 bucks for that figure, so it's pretty rare. But you know what I was counting on? I'm counting on them re-releasing it in an Ultimate Edition form. And then I will capitalize on my sell, and I will buy it for half the price of the Defining Moments figure that I sold. So until then, I've got this great Ricky Steamboat figure, which is awesome. I don't have really any complaints about it. I love the boots. They got him in the boots that are split in half, so it looks like he's got, you know, the Ninja Turtle feet. So, you know, he's straight ninja style in this one. Never was a huge Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fan, but again, I love the legends, so I'm going to buy every Ultimate Edition legend that they put out, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is going to be one of them every time. Next up, we got the Excellence of Execution, Bret the Hitman Hart. This is my favorite Bret Hart attire. Love when he was wearing the black with the pink all over it. This is awesome. This is probably from his later days in WWE before he left and went to WCW. I'd say right around the time of the Montreal Screwjob. This is an awesome figure. My favorite Bret Hart, for sure. They actually gave him the butterfly joints in the shoulders on this one, so that was a huge selling factor for me. The first Bret Hart Ultimate Edition that they released, I remember, did not have those. So that was the case with a lot of the early Ultimate Edition figures. And after a couple series, they decided to add those in. So I'm glad they stuck with it, and I'm glad we got a completely, fully posable version of Bret Hart so that he could hit that signature pose. I need to get him kind of squatting down with one knee, right? All in all, he did come with, you could change his arms out and put a jacket on him, you know. Goes over his chest piece, and then his arms change out to jacket, which I thought looked cool, but I already had a defining moments figure of him with his jacket on, in a cloth jacket. So I figured I was going to keep this guy like that. Found one in a comic shop, actually, the other day. I found the same exact figure, and it was $20, and it was very hard to pass on it. But I did. I made the responsible choice, and I left it there for some lucky guy, probably, because the kid's probably not going to buy it, for some lucky collector like myself to pick up that gem for $20. So if you're in the Savannah area, go check out Planet Fun. They got that figure on the shelf because it was there probably about a week ago. So maybe you'll get lucky. Till then, we got the Excellence of Execution Ultimate Edition. Next up, we got the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, another one of my Roddy Piper figures that I love. I showed the later version of Roddy Piper in the last volume of my collection, and it was from his WCW era. This is from that early WWF era. I'm going to say 91, 92, around the time with the Mr. T figure and the Hulk Hogan figure. This is what a lot of people think of when they think of the Hot Rod Roddy Piper. This is his signature look. You know, he's got the kilt. He's got the Hot Rod shirt on, fully posable. It's based off the LJN figure, so I think they did a good job of nailing it. His didn't, well, did the Roddy? I think it did have the kilt on it. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. LJN figure, it had the kilt on it, correct? Doesn't matter. You can take this one off or you can leave it on however you want to pose him. He's Roddy Piper. He's Ultimate Edition, so you can put him in any pose you want. There you have it. Hot Rod. Next up, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. The guy that buys his way in and out of everything. And you know why? Because everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. And I had a price for the $1 Million Man. I think it was about $30, $35 maybe. He came with Ricky Steamboat package deal, Mattel Creations, based off the LJN series. This is the $1 Million Man that I had been waiting for. I didn't care if he had the purple, you know, the purple flare on there or whatever. I just wanted a removable black suit $1 Million Man so that I could use him as a manager, or I could take his gear off and pose him as a wrestler. It doesn't really matter. He came with the dollars, came with multiple heads. Definitely, no question about it, the best $1 Million Man figure that's ever been released. I had all the elites prior and the basics, still trying to sell them off. If anybody's interested in those, drop a comment because I'll give them to you cheap. Trying to get rid of them. Trying to get rid of a lot. So if you're looking for anything, drop a comment and ask me. But I'm not getting rid of any of my Ultimate Editions. These are all for me. I'm not buying multiples, and if I am, it's because I want them mint on card. But for these, they were coming out of the box, didn't need a mint on card. I just keep the boxes and put them in and pretend they're still mint on card if I feel like it. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And last up, one of my personal favorite figures that I own, probably in my top 10. This figure is awesome. Had all the elites prior. It's Doink. I'm still selling the last one Doink elite that I have. I don't need him. This Doink kills it. It is an awesome figure. And I've said it once before, and I'll say it again. Doink is better than any wrestler on today's product. Doink would wipe the mat with him. Doink was more entertaining than anybody in the current roster, and I put that on everything. That's not just a matter of how good Doink was. That just tells you how bad today's wrestling is. This is an awesome figure. Sorry for the rant. It's got the little flower where he used to, squirt people in the face. I love this figure. I love that they gave him the old evil face. I think they gave him a happy head too, but this is my favorite version of Doink. I had to save this one for last because it's just a phenomenal figure. The jacket is awesome, removable, obviously. Love that it's cloth. Love that they're just not doing any of these rubber coats on any of these Ultimate Edition figures. This one is a bit rare because it came with the new generation Mattel Creations GoFundMe or whatever you want to call it, the crowdfunding that I definitely took part of. So I got the ring, I got the Diesel figure, I got the Doink. Oh, and you know who else I got? I'm not going to tell you, we're going to save it in case you don't know. It'll be maybe in the next video. But although they were all good figures in that deal, I think the Doink was the best out of the whole package deal. He was worth the $150 that I paid for it, or maybe it was $250, but I waited a solid year. You know how bad it is to place an order and wait an entire year for it to show up. Luckily, I moved like right after I got the thing, so it was close. I had my house for sale. I just made it. That would have sucked. But that's how we're going to end it. We got Doink the Clown. They need to give us a dink, right? Maybe a Build-A-Figure dink. That's what we need. That's going to wrap it up for today. I think that was 24 to 26 figures or so. So we still got a good bit left, probably 50 more of the Ultimate Editions, somewhere in there. Who's counting, right? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, because you know you like these videos, you're going to keep coming back. So subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the next one's posted, so I don't have to wait forever for you to watch this video and be entertained, and give me that motivation to keep them coming. But until then, this is Cruise Collections, cruising out.